What's up guys, Noor here and welcome to Book of Showtime Chapter 34. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to like and share with your friends and leave a comment. It really helps with the algorithm. And if you have a topic you'd like me to cover for Book of Showtime, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below, or anywhere you can reach me on social media or the Book of Showtime Discord. Alright, I know you guys are seeing the title of the video and I'm sure you're very curious as to when or how and even why this might have happened, but yes, it looks like Black Ops 2 and by proxy its sequels 3 and 4 have all been potentially erased from canon. It's upsetting to see this because Black Ops 2, like we stated many times before, is pound for pound the best Call of Duty. It's one of the all-time greatest FPS games ever released. And the fact that it's no longer canon, or at least part of this larger Black Ops story, this Black Ops universe, it's just outright disappointing. So if you have your fingers crossed for a Black Ops 2 remaster, you might just have to settle for them just porting all the maps over into a new game like they're doing with Modern Warfare 3. So funny enough, this is a chapter that I've been wanting to do for a long time. In fact, I've been wanting to do it since November of last year, but I've never got around to doing it. And I know I said I wouldn't do a COD chapter unless it was requested. I was going to take a break from doing Call of Duty chapters, but this one's going to be really good. And even if you're not a Call of Duty fan, I think you're going to enjoy this video. I'm actually shocked there hasn't been a video on this topic yet. I looked on YouTube for a little bit. I didn't see anything. Nothing was conclusive. I did see a few things in some forums a while back on Reddit and other sites, but as far as an actual video talking about this, no, there's nothing. So here you guys go. Now, I want to quickly say two things. One, this is all pure speculation. None of this is confirmed, but it's kind of obvious, so it's really hard to say that this is speculation. And two, any references to Modern Warfare will be the newer Modern Warfares, the ones that have come out in the last few years, not the older ones. Alright, all that's out the way, let's get into the video. So let's start by looking at what sparked this theory, and it might have come off as a cool little cameo initially, but this is the main thing that stands out. In the Black Ops Cold War mission Desperate Measures, the protagonists Bell and Russell Adler execute this plan to sneak into the KGB headquarters to retrieve intel. Now, during this mission, you'll come across a younger Imran Zakhaev, a background antagonist from Modern Warfare. Now, some of you might have went, oh, well, now this means Modern Warfare is in the Black Ops universe. This is cool. But Modern Warfare takes place in 2019, just a few years before the events of Black Ops 2 in 2025. Now, in Black Ops 2, there were all these things leading up to the beginning of the near future section of the game. There was a second Cold War, a Chinese Civil War, the rise of Cortes DA and Raul Menendez, and all these other factors with rare earth elements spearheading a new technological age. There's a lot of things that led to the events of Black Ops 2. With Modern Warfare taking place in 2019, that means that all of the events that set Black Ops 2 in motion would have to have happened in the next 6 years. And, well, now we know with Modern Warfare 2 releasing and with Modern Warfare 2 taking place in 2022, that means an even shorter window for all the table-setting events to take place. Unless it's just all just happening in the background and we don't see it, which wouldn't make a lick of sense to me. Like, why wouldn't Task Force 141 be helping out the SEALs with that, you know? Why wouldn't they be helping stop Raul Menendez? Also, Captain Price, he would not have let Menendez get to power. He would have stopped Menendez like 20 years ago. He would have not have played that. So my conclusion is just simply this. Black Ops 2 outright doesn't take place in this new universe. And with that, Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 don't happen either. That means no DNI, no Blackout program, no Section, no David Mason, none of that. Now, you guys are all probably wondering at this point, why? Why retcon 3 games completely? Well, we had the golden era of Call of Duty, and then the jetpack era of Call of Duty, and now this is the Warzone era. Every game has to be unified now. Every game has to be tied in some way to bring it all back to Warzone. It's easier to market Warzone from a narrative standpoint if there's this long-standing, ongoing story, and it also helps if all the Call of Duty games share some link beyond gameplay and its name. This also allows Activision to build this greater Call of Duty universe, which we're starting to see all these little things. They're really trying to build something here. Obviously, Call of Duty is a juggernaut franchise, but most of the time, the games really don't link together. We've already had elements of this greater universe too. We've had it with Verdansk 84, we had the Cold War characters meet Captain Butcher from Vanguard, not to mention in every Call of Duty game there seems to be like little Easter eggs and references, and now that's not just an Easter egg, these are outright referencing events within the universe, within the canon. It's clear they want this big Call of Duty world that they can manipulate and change and have it all linked together, and that would actually fit in with some rumored plans we've seen leak over the last year and change, that each studio that works on Call of Duty is going to have a Call of Duty set in a different time period. Now, I know with Modern Warfare 3 coming out, that kind of throws that out the window, but hey, we don't know. We don't know what's happening. The next Treyarch game could be a Black Ops game, it could be a World War game, who knows, but you know, they clearly want to have all these games tied together. Now you might be wondering, Nor, you're probably just reaching, you're just grasping at straws. I could be, but this also wouldn't be the first time Call of Duty has retconned a major event. In this particular event, you might not even heard of it. In Black Ops 1, Alex Mason overcomes his brainwashing, he helps save the United States from the deadly Nova 6 attack, but if you collect all the intel in Black Ops 1, which show of hands who really did it, it details this operation that took place after the campaign. The CIA, they didn't really think Mason was fully wiped of his brainwashing. They were like, we don't really trust you yet. And eventually they burned him or disavowed him. By proxy, this meant that his allies, Jason Hudson and Gregory Weaver, who were closest with him, they were marked too. The intel will go on to show that the trio went into hiding in South Africa and that the CIA was working with MI6 in a mission called Operation Charybdis, which I'm actually going to put this up on the screen. You guys tell me how you think that word is supposed to be pronounced, because I was so off. I gotta look this up because there's no way I'm saying it right. So Operation Charybdis, I almost can't say it again. This all took place in 1978, which was 10 years after Black Ops 1 and 4 years before the beginning of Black Ops Cold War. Now, if we rewind the clocks back to 2012 when we got Black Ops 2, we didn't have Black Ops Cold War at that point, obviously. But by the time of the events in the beginning of Black Ops 2's earlier sections in 1986, the CIA was all of a sudden on good terms with Hudson and Mason again. So either the devs at Treyarch decided, well, no one really bothered to read the intel, so we can just ignore that, or they just decided, let's just retcon it, let's forget that it happened, who cares, we want to push the story in this direction. Well, they didn't bet on us not remembering, and they didn't bet on me having insomnia and staying up for hours reading wiki pages about my favorite games. This is how I found this out. And also, if you played even the first levels of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops Cold War, there's some eerie parallels. Both missions open with a cigarette being lit. Both missions start with 3 main characters getting information at a bar. Both missions then immediately transition to a firefight in an urban environment. Then the mission transitions to a different setting with a climax on an airfield. This might be a telltale sign that this was a soft reboot of the timeline, since Black Ops Cold War, while being marketed as a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, doesn't really follow up too much on a lot of the major storylines from the first game. They don't mention how Woods escaped, they don't mention how Mason recovered from the brainwashing, or a lot of other things that could have been cliffhangers at the end of Black Ops that were unresolved at the end of Black Ops 1. So basically that's the end of my little theory. So is this true? Did the little bit of time Zakhaev spent on screen change Call of Duty forever, or am I just bored? You guys let me know down below what you think. Did Black Ops 2, 3, and 4 just get retconned, or is it just an oversight? You let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Inshallah, I will see you in the next chapter.